Hey Copper Nerds, today I'm going to touch on how to handle and maintain coins that have had coatings put on them by previous curators over the past. This particular Sheldon 57 has had lacquer or shellac or something applied to the coin. And I'll insert some photos that just do a better job of showing what I'm talking about, but it's got a hard, clear, protective coating on it that is, again, most likely lacquer or shellac. I don't touch that coin. I don't do anything to it. If there's a little dust on it, I'll knock it off with a brush, but I do not oil this coin like I would a dry copper coin. I really just leave it alone. These two coins, which also came from prominent collections, Dr. French and Jules River and Alboca, and this one was Chuck Heck and many others. When they have wax on them, all I will do is even out the surfaces a little bit with a brush if they get sort of matted or funny looking. This one, when I got it, the surfaces were a little bit uneven, likely from handling, which happens. And I handle my coins, you guys. I don't often try to touch these surfaces, but on some coins it doesn't much matter. On this one, if I touch it a little bit, I'm not going to leave fingerprints just by flipping it over. You don't want to grab and pinch a coin like that, but with proper maintenance and conservation, a little handling is not going to hurt anything. All right, I feel like I have to do a little caveat on that. You should not intentionally touch the surfaces of your coin, but they're touching my hands right now. That's on the back of my finger right now. When you're handling coins, they're going to get touched a little bit. If this was a pristine mint state red coin, my fingers would never touch the surface in any way, shape, or form. And that's the case for my Sheldon 69, the one that's my intro and outro photo. I've never touched the surfaces of that in any way, shape, or form. But on a copper coin that's circulated, that's got a brown surface, you can handle them fairly casually. Just make sure that at the end, you give them a little bit of a brush, do a visual inspection for fingerprints to make sure there's none there. And that's really all you got to do. Okay, that caveat aside, let's get back to it. But these ones are particularly protected from fingerprints and whatnot because they have coatings on them. So again, I just even out the wax on these if they've been handled a little bit. If there's a little hint of a thumbprint or something, I'll just take a brush, which is dry. And when I say dry, I mean it's got oil on it because I use it to oil coins, but I don't add any oil. And just a little tiny bit of brushing to even it out, but very light, not like I would if I was applying oil. And then same with this one, which I actually haven't had to touch. I've had this coin for some time and I have not done anything to it, but I can tell it's got a waxed surface just by looking at it closely. So those are my thoughts. You don't really have to do much to a coin that has been waxed or shellacked or lacquered as long as that wax or shellac or lacquer is in a good state of repair. There's our reverses. But again, I'll put some photos up to give you a better idea of what these particular coins look like. But the long and short of it is I do very little, if anything, to maintain them. I just make sure that they don't have debris on them. And on the waxed coins, I just kind of keep the waxed surface even and lightly brushed as needed. Catch you on the next one. See you in the comments. Cheers.